Now then, welcome back to Butcher Bangers. Just thought I'd do a video showing you around everything that I've got here at the minute, or everything that I can show you at the latest. We'll start off with this one. What a cracking little car this has turned into. Really poor condition when I got it. Really poor condition. Overpaid for it. Well, I did overpay for it, and I didn't overpay for it really. I paid good money for it. I paid £700 for this car. But when I bought it, it was probably worth a couple of grand. Whereas the market's dropped off a bit, so the value's dropped, so it's cost me money, but it's had a lot of work done to it. We'll have a look around it and we'll see what you think. It's a Citroen C1 VT. It's the basic spec one, quite simply. It's got the 1 litre, so it's the £20 road tax, 50 mile gallon. I've used this car myself while my car was waiting to get its brakes sorted. And what a cracking little car it is. Put a tenner in it and I got about 70 mile out of it. I was over the moon. It's a bit wet because I have just gave it a rewash, but it's also got 12 months MOT with no advisories. It's been serviced, it's got new brakes, it's got little suspension bits here and there. It's a really nice car. The only thing that realistically lets it down is it's on the register as a category C. But in my opinion, at $17,995, it's a bargain. For its mileage, if you set it for 60 to 70,000 miles on Auto Trader, it's one of the cheapest in the country. If you set it for an 09, again, it's down there in the list. It is a cheap car. We'll have a look around. It is quite a tidy little car. You've got some very minor scratches where somebody's been opening the door with rings on or keys and stuff in the hands. New set of wheel trims, proper lifted. There is a set of new tailored mats to go into it. Yeah, really tidy car. It is a good car for the money. Yeah, we've had this side painted. It had a bit of damage in that corner and had some damage down the bottom here. So that's all been painted. It looks lovely. It's a really nice car. We'll have a quick gander inside. There's not much to see. It's just a Bobby Basic Citroen C1 with the windy windows. I've just gave it a bit of a re-clean after I've used it. Really nice car. The mileage has just gone over 69,000 miles. We've serviced it. In terms of the interior condition, if you wanted to be picky, you could say the rear view mirrors delaminated a bit, and there's a little bit of something going on with the seat. I don't know whether it's had a burn on it and somebody's picked it or whether somebody had something in a pocket or something along them lines. Yeah, really nice car. I can't fault it. It's a very clean car for the money. So I'm hoping it sells. Normally category cars do tend to hang around a lot longer. But if this wasn't on the register, you could be looking, could be a 22.95 car if you ask me. I know Car UK had one of these. 09 had 117. It was a lovely blue one. He had it up for, I think he said it was 18.95. So for me, it's a low mileage one. It's worth the money if you ask me. What else we've got in at the minute as well is this little Nissan Micra. Failed its test yesterday. Looks worse than what it is. It basically wants front disc and pads, couple of bottom arms. One was advised on. We need to have a look, see how bad it is, see whether it's worth doing. Some tyres, a back wheel bearing, coil spring, bottom arm, and a bulb in the number plate light. which is just a bulk because they are quite common for these lights rotting out. But again, low mileage, 75,000 for the recommended retail on something like this. From what I can see, I've done like some checks, it should be about 1750. Bit too much money if you ask me. I know I've seen them go through the auction where the cap guide prices for the retail like £2,500, which never in a million years if you ask me. If it was an automatic, maybe. But I think in the auctions, them cap prices are still exaggerating a bit, like when they were during COVID times and post-COVID and things like that. But, you know, it's a straight enough old car. Wheels are starting to get a bit of corrosion on them. It is a bit manky. It has been studied. You know, on the roadside they do get a bit dirty, but overall condition, I'm happy with it. Nothing too extreme. You'll have to forgive me for all the road noise and things like that. It's, as I've said before, it's a busy old road. Oh, we've got a little bit of welding to do on it as well. I think that's the worst of whatever marks it has on it. It's a lovely old car. Yeah. The only thing that really I would knock it for is the fact that it's a 3-door. If it was a 5-door, I'd be happy. I've got a lot of 3-doors in the minute. We need to get them moved on to new homes so we can get some 5-door stuff in. Need a bit more variety to the stock, really. Sorry, I thought I'd have a look inside with the door shut so we can get a bit of peace and quiet. But again, nice car in here. We've put a new battery on it. It's going to get all the MOT work that's necessary to get it done. There might still be advisories on it because, let's be fair, it's a cheap car at $12,950. And it's just the sort of car that somebody will get a year or so out of it. Here's a couple of years and they'll probably move on to something else. It's even got Bluetooth stereo in, which I've put in. The original one wanted the cord in a lot of places now because it's kind of a dying thing, radio cords. A lot of them, the places are actually charging. You used to be able to get them for free, but they're starting to charge. And I just had this laying around, so it was a 5-minute job to swap that over. We'll give it a start up. Starts up on the button every time without fail. Now it's had a new battery. I've even put petrol in it as well. Crikey me. Yeah, it's a good car that'll do somebody for a few years. Need to get a set of wipers ordered for it. But yeah, it's even got aircon. Guarantee you that doesn't work. Yeah. I'm very happy with this car. As I said, I wish it was a 5-door because I think the 3-door market's a bit dead at the minute. Just about everything we have is a 3-door at the minute. So, yeah. It'll still sell. It'll just maybe take a bit longer than it should do. I'm still confident it'll sell at that sort of money as well. I've seen people private selling them for a similar sort of money. You maybe save yourself £100 by going on the private market. So I think it's priced right. With a 3-month warranty, full year's MOT and a service, can't go wrong, can you? Good little cars, Micras, I like them. We'll see how this one does as well. This is another one we've got in. Renault Clio 1.2, you know, it's got the right engine in. Sorry state. I'm not going to talk too much on this one because quite simply I'm going to do a video on this itself. Obviously you can see it's got a torn eye in it. We picked this up really cheap, but picked up really cheap for a reason. But we're not going to go too much into it. It's going to want 4 tyres, brakes, bit of damage down there. It is in a sorry state, but it was an extremely cheap car that we've managed to pick up. It is on the register again. I don't really like doing cars on the register, but this is one that really we just couldn't say no to. So this is going to be a super cheap car. We obviously picked it up for really good money, but it wants a good amount of money spending on it. We need to do things like we need to sort out what's going on here, and it needs a good old clean machine polish and all the bits and pieces doing to it. But I think we can get it right and we could make some money out of this. This is one, it's going to want a lot of work though. It's going to want a lot of money chucking at it. So for the money, it had to be for the roundabout the sort of money we paid for it, really, because it's going to want a lot of time and a lot of money putting back into it, so you need to see a big return on that, quite simply. But I'm confident we can get it turned around, we can get it tied up, but this is going to get a video all of its own. I like it. It's a nice car, and I'm looking forward to getting it done, getting it sorted, and seeing how it turns out. Right then, here's the next one, fresh back from its MOT. Clean bill of health now. This one we've done a good bit of work to this, a bit more than what was expected. We've done 2 bottom arms, front disc and pads. We've cleaned up the back brakes. It's had a new exhaust system. It's had a service. It's had a full machine polish. It's a bit dirty right now. It just needs a rewash. It's getting a timing belt on it. Really clean car. You can see how well it's come up with a machine polish. Had a bit of damage in this corner, which you can see is being sorted. Nice little car, if you ask me. Apart from the fact that it's absolutely black rotten now. Inside, again, nice and clean, as it should be. There's the timing belt. You know, there's no real damage in this one. A little bit of wear on the steering wheel, but we can't criticise it too much for that. Low mileage as well. Yeah, nice old car. I'm trying to see the mileage with the 78,000 mile. Really nice car. Again, we've put a battery on this as well. I seem to be doing that a lot lately. A lot of cars in the sales world seem to be bodywork and batteries. Yeah, but no, nice little car. Seems to drive right. Seems to do what it should do. It's a pop. People normally tend to try and avoid the pops. But this one, somebody's upgraded it with the 16-inch alloys, things like that. It's an unusual colour, actually. When I bought it in the auctions, it looked purple. But in the flesh, it's actually a blue, but it's got like a bit of a pearlescent effect. So if you catch it in the right light, it'll look purple. I did actually have somebody on this. It just turned out to be, if I'm being completely honest with you, they turned out to be time wasters. I put it up on my business page straight away as soon as I bought it from the auctions, and within an hour they messaged me saying they were wanting to come and have a look at it. I said, I haven't picked it up yet. When you come to see it, it's going to be like in a pre-prep condition, which they actually didn't know what that meant, which was not a good sign for me. But I just said it hasn't been prepped. It's got some stuff that we need to do. So they came and had a look at it, took some pictures. They were doing it they were going to buy it to surprise their daughter. She came and had a look at it. Came in on a Saturday, which I only do appointment only on a Saturday. So I came down, was here for 5 minutes. So she came, looked at it, took some pictures of it, went away. Then came back the following week, like midweek, Wednesday, Thursday sort of time. She came back with her husband, and they had a look at it, and they were like, yeah, I like it. Obviously it still had the scuff, and I said, we're getting that sorted. But they said they didn't want to commit until they'd seen it being painted, which I was like, all right, fair enough. I did say to them, you could leave a deposit, and when it's done, if you weren't happy with the paintwork, we'd give you your deposit back. But they just said no. But I said to them, I'm waiting for my bodywork guy to get back in touch with us, and I messaged him, and he said, can't get to it. Apologies, all of a sudden everybody's decided to turn up and make a load of racket. Yeah, he said he couldn't get to it for a couple of months. Right, sorry about that. For some reason, the whole world decided to ascend on my position, and they're saying that somebody else pulled up as well, which is fantastic. But yeah, you didn't want to commit it, and then I messaged them saying that you can't get to it, and they could either take the car as it is with a discount, or they could take the car and then they could bring it back for us to get the bodywork sorted. And they just said, quite simply, no, there's too much cosmetic work needed. We're just going to leave it for the time being. So I was like, doesn't really make much sense, does it? But it is what it is. I'm confident it'll sell. It is priced at $24.95, which is decent money for a 500, I think. HPI clear. The only thing it's missing is its service history, which it's getting everything done to make sure it's right. And yeah, I think somebody will go nuts for this car because it's a nice looking car. It's my first Fiat 500. I obviously, been in the trade, I know all about them. I know all the do's and the don'ts and what to look out for. But no, we're impressed by it. We're very happy with it. And at $24.95, Auto Trader says that is a great price, which is fantastic as well. So it'll sell. I have no doubt about that. Going through a bit of a quiet spell. It's a mixture of the fact that we're new in these premises, and it's just letting people know that we're here. So we'll just see how it goes. Here's one for you. Just finishing up doing the time belts, waiting for the cooling system to bleed. Plenty of people on YouTube always say, if this sticker isn't covering this bolt hole, generally means the timing belt's being done. Now this one was exactly like this, as you can see there. So I got my hopes up that the belt had been done. But it's just a one bolt there, one bolt back there, and then you've got this little one down here that you can prise the cover out of the way. And it's a good job I did, because crikey me, look at this belt. I'll try to get some. Look at how close that is to snapping. Now this is an original belt as well. You can see, so it's been with it its whole life. So it's a good job we got this changed. I've also chucked on a new auxiliary belt because that was the original in a very similar condition. I always tend to use the auxiliary belt as a point of reference, because the person who's doing the timing belt does it right, does it properly, it's good practice to chuck a new auxiliary belt on, because that belt is the same age as this belt. It's not very good. We're getting the job done, and we're getting the job done right. And here's the last one, finishing the video off. Just picking this up from BCA. I'm here in Newcastle now, and I like it. What it is, a little VW Lupo X-Reg 2000. It's got no MOT on it, but look at that beauty. Yes, automatic. Finally managed to get my hands on one, and I'll be honest with you, it's not a bad old rig. They knocked it down for bad paint on this quarter, which isn't the end of the world. This one is the same. The filler's cracked a bit there, and we can get that sorted. Oh. It's either a good sign or a bad sign. It's a good sign that somebody took care of the car, or burnt oil. Oh, brilliant, free spanner as well. Gets better and better. Missing the headrests for the rear seats, but I can imagine they are like rocket horse shite to get hold of, to be honest with you. The bolts are missing out the check strap. Hopefully that'll be a straightforward fix. I know the check strap's knocking on the other side as well. I'm trying to find the bonnet pull so I can get under the bonnet. I've literally just picked this up, I've not even looked at it. Come on, see you somewhere. One second. There we go, under the bonnet in all its glory. Nice shiny new alternator on there, is what I like to see. Nice clean brake fluid. Nice clean coolant. Don't know whether it has a belt on, we'll have to have a look. These covers are easy to pop off. Yeah, it all looks pretty as it should be. Yeah, sorry about that. Lewis from Flipper Motors UK has broke down after just picking the car up from the auction, so he's wanting to hitchhike his way back with it. No, I'm very happy with this. Over the moon. Managed to finally get an automatic. I'm trying to get them for love nor money. And this has only done 84,000 miles as well. So it's a proper thing. It's even got some free phone holders, loads of freebies with this one, I'm loving it. Aircon, don't know whether that works or not. Now these take me back, these, because my first car was the Seat version of these, which is a Seat Arosa, a little 1 litre. I had it for a month, ended up killing the gearbox doing me boy racer takeoffs from the lights, smashed the second synchro. But no, this takes me back, and I like it. Right, anyway, I'll leave this one here. I've rambled on enough. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.